tonight? Well, it is deadline day for those Russian diplomats expelled from London over the nerve attack on a double agent. 23 diplomats and their families boarded a plane headed to Moscow. Russia has denied involvement in the attack on the spy and his daughter. For the latest, let's bring in I24 News UK correspondent Jonathan Sacerdoti. Jonathan, 23 Russian diplomats set home today. 23 British diplomats due to be exiled from Russia as a reaction. How did this all unfold and what happens next?
That's right. Earlier today, 23 Russian diplomats waved goodbye to their colleagues outside the Russian embassy here in London. In all, including their family members, around 80 people were flown out of the UK to Moscow, and also at least one pet travelled with them. On Thursday, EU leaders will discuss any possible reaction to Russia when they meet at a summit in Brussels. And the 23 British diplomats who are being expelled by the Kremlin have until Saturday to leave Russia. And the Russian Interfax news agency reported that Russian Foreign Ministry has invited all foreign ambassadors in Moscow to a meeting on Wednesday to clarify the Russian position on the Skripal affair. And at a meeting of the National Security Council today in Britain, Prime Minister Theresa May said that there are other measures that her government and security officials are actively considering.
Right. Jonathan, moving to France now, former President Nicolas Sarkozy back in the news. He's been questioned by police over allegations that he received funding from Libya for his election campaign. What can you tell us about that?
Sarkozy was France's president from 2007 to 2012, and he was questioned earlier today by police specialising in corruption, money laundering and tax evasion. This is part of an inquiry that started in 2013 into the funding of his 2007 election campaign and whether or not Gaddafi and others in Libya illegally bankrolled it. It's the first time that police have questioned him, and Sarkozy, of course, denies those allegations, calling them grotesque. But the allegation is that Gaddafi's regime secretly gave Sarkozy 50 million euros, that's over $61 million, and that would represent more than double the legal campaign funding limit at the time. It would also have been against French rules on foreign funding. And one wealthy Lebanese French businessman connected to the Gaddafi regime claimed that he personally had delivered suitcases full of cash from the Libyan leader. And Sarkozy, of course, took France into the NATO-led airstrikes that helped topple Gaddafi's regime in 2011. And at that time, Gaddafi's son also claimed Libya had financed his campaign and that he had proof of it.
Jonathan, back to the UK. Facebook founder Mark Zuckerberg, he's been asked to appear before Parliament in relation to the Cambridge Analytica controversy. Tell us more about how that works and what they want to ask him.
Well, members of Parliament want to know just how involved Facebook was in the alleged harvesting of vast amounts of data, which might have been used in Cambridge Analytica's work during the last US presidential campaign. It's thought that the 270,000 Facebook users taking part in an online survey could have inadvertently served up data about all of their friends as well, affecting 50 million users. So the Digital Culture, Media and Sports Committee has written to Mark Zuckerberg to ask him to come and answer their questions.
All right, Jonathan, thank you so much. Jonathan Sacerdoti.